I am so excited. It is spring and it's finally sunny again, although not so much today, but it's warm. I get so much happier when spring is around. And it's also time to release my kind of spring and summer stencil lines. No pun intended, they have a lot of lines. But I think I mentioned in my last release video that I'm kind of redesigning some of my product lines so that they're more conducive to the way that I work now. And also just streamlining things. So when I first got started, I had many different sizes of stencils, and I had several sets that were like 8.5 by 11, and they were usually 2-piece sets. And this was one of my favorite sets. I really liked it, but it just was a little bit too big for the way that I use a lot of the stencils now. And I wanted something a little bit smaller. And I'm trying to get all my stencils to be the 6x6 format. So I wanted to redesign this stencil. And what I did was I created a new set. It still has tons of journaling lines. And these sets mirror some of the other journaling sets that I've had in the past that have sold out. So I wanted to create similar but different sets so you don't lose those, and different sizes. And so I redesigned the larger one, which was called Documenting. And I included the girl, but she's smaller here. So she doesn't have a face. That's something you can add if you want, or you can just leave her plain. So it's a smaller sun. I still have that circle. And then I added this fun teacup and tea bag. So, and then there's some new elements here, but they all are kind of set up in such a way that you can write. You can write on the mug, you can write on the sun and the clouds, on the rays. And in this one, which I love this girl, she just looks like an advertisement from like the 1920s or something. You could write in here, so there's space for that. There's lines. There's so many ways that you can use these stencils. I keep playing with them every day, and I gotta say, there's just so many options. So I'll show you how to do all that. And I added a couple of borders here. So there's a couple there. Just, again, some generic stuff. I had one like this that was similar but bigger, so this one's a little smaller. And these all work in the Jaya journals, the journals that I make and use every day. So in case you want to use them there, they'll work perfectly because they're 6x6. So, but they'll work anywhere in any journal. The next set I have is this one, which I'm going to call Journaling Templates. And this one has a set of borders, so different borders all in one. It has another one with some botanicals, so you get 2 flower clusters. And then it has mini envelope templates, so you can make 3 tiny envelopes from this template. And then I also have one that is tabs. So it has 4 sets of tabs for journals and then 2 tags. So these are also really practical to have on hand for your art journaling. I love playing with all of these, and I definitely made them so they could be used in certain ways. So I'll show you all the samples in a minute. And then lastly, I have been keeping these for a long time. Not too long ago, when I started reordering some of my animal and people sets, my distributor was like, should we hold on to the masks for stuff? And I was like, you know what, that could be fun just to have. So I have a set of animal masks. This one is all birds with a whale. And then people masks. So this one has people. I'll just open them up so you can see. So this one is pretty much my profiles, my first set of profiles. And then you get the moon from the Moonlight Serenade set, I think. And so that's just people and faces, masks. And then the other set, the birds, I'll just show you that one. You get the Moonlight Serenade heron, you get the crane, the swan, the whale, and the peacock and the wren. Okay. Now, I guess I'm going to call this animals, although it's really birds for the most part with the whale though. So I don't know what I'm going to call these, but they'll be in the shop, probably animal masks and people masks essentially. So these will also be in the shop. I know a lot of people like to use masks. I've gotten asked about it before. So we started keeping those. I don't have a ton of these, so they will run out fairly quickly because I just wanted to see, I didn't know how much interest there would be. So I didn't have him do a ton. But let's get to, and of course, the other thing that just came out last week was my washi tape. So I have tons of the last two releases. This was one, which was a beautiful printed washi. And then this one is the mushrooms and Fritas. So I still have lots of that. So the washi is still in there in case you didn't grab that. So let me share with you how all these stencils are working in journals. So this is some of the border stencils, and then the journaling ones. So I have the girl here. I did add a face for her, and because she has the stripes, you can add writing. And with the lines on this stencil, this is so fun because they don't really, I mean, they begin and end, but the truth of the matter is you can just use however much that you need. You know, you could put them in here. These are really versatile. I have one of my newer silhouettes here, and I added it next to the face and added that. So there's a lot of options with the new stencils. And then again, here's the little teacup and tea bag. It's just fun ways to kind of play in the journals. And then here I have some more with the botanicals that come and the circular one. Here's one of the mini envelopes. I think this is the largest one. This might be the medium one. Yes, this is the medium size. They go small, medium, and large. So the small is this size, and then the I made that one different. So small, medium, and large. They're really cute. So this one is like 1.5 by 2.5. This one's like 2 by 3. This is the large one, and then this one is like 2.5 by 3 or something. So just really fun. And then some more of the botanicals that come with that one. Super cool. And then I mentioned before, this is one of the newer Women in Motion stencils with the lines. So the cool thing about the lines, I'm trying to look at I can't share too much in here. Just because it's going to be part of the class. So these books are going to be part of my new class that will be launching in the next whatever time, soonish, I hope. And so I wanted to have these stencils for some of the lessons in this class. So one thing I can show you is that the tabs are for the books here. So you can make the tabs with the template, which is here. So these are the tabs. And then you can just take them on your papers, your scrap papers, and make beautiful tabs for your journals. So I have some here with the tabs. So they come out really nice. And then the borders are also something I love to play with. So I love having borders that I can doodle on. These are all part of the border stencil here. So this is the border stencil. I did it this way. That's the border stencil. This border stencil. This one here is this border stencil. And then this one is the house stencil border, which I love this one so much. It's so fun to play with that one. I'm just seeing if there's any more in here that I can share. Here are some of the new flowers. So yeah, let me just make sure. Even the one border stencil I traced with ink and did doodles, hand doodles. So there really are so many options for these sets. And then here is what the borders look like, just to give you an idea for some of the ways that you can play. They have a lot of open spaces so that you can add your own patterns to them and really make them your own, which is one of the reasons why I love them so much. It's just so much a part of what I do tends to be in doodling. So I just loved having these on hand as part of the collection. Here's another setup with the lines and a face. So they really come in handy. And just having fun using them in different ways is just so cool. I am flashing some of what's coming, but I'm trying not to be too obvious. So here are some other fun ways to work with the lines, is to, stencil them down, and then I doodled around them and then cut them out to have at the ready to use in my journals. So I just did this on like really cute cardstock, or I use watercolors, and then I use the journaling lines and added them so I have them at the ready for writing. I can just glue this into my journal, put a beautiful quote on there, and just add that extra whimsy to my journals with these stencils. So I can't say enough good things. Plus, the two women that are on those sets are still standalone like paper doll figures. So you can still use them like paper dolls. So you get that extra paper doll on each, which is just, icing on the cake. So I just thought that was fun. And then the tags are kind of small and medium. At some point I might do a larger set, but the fun thing about having the tag template is getting out your scrap papers and then using it like a viewfinder to capture like really cool parts of the prints and then cut them out with the tags. So with the template. So I had a lot of fun making these as well. And again, like this is all stuff that's going to come in handy for my upcoming class. So I wanted to kind of have these out in the world before the class kind of launched. And then the envelopes I'm having so much fun playing with. They really can be modified quite a bit so that they kind of come out as long rectangles, which is different than some of the envelopes out there. But you can modify them by trimming them so they have different shapes on the edges. I know I have some envelopes. I'm trying to think if I have some I can show you in here. I just did a thing with them the other day, but maybe not. Maybe I can't share that. It might be in the other class journal. But anyway, they're just super fun. And then I also had some tabs too that I just came up with. And again, these templates are fun because you can just find papers that you have, scraps that you have. You can make this stuff ahead of time, and then you can take the tab and then glue it to your journal and you'll have it. You can write encouraging text on your tabs. Like, there's so many things that you can add these to. You could even add them to a tag if you wanted. They just look cool everywhere. So I thought it was fun to just have those on hand. And the masks are really fun as well. I know a lot of people have been asking me about masks over the years, so I just thought it was a good time to have them at the ready. So I have some mask samples here as well. And even that teacup, I've been having so much fun. This might be my favorite part of the set, cutting it out and making little like tea bags. I think I just made one in here. Like making little tea bags and stuff. I just thought that would be so fun to play with as well. So I loved that too. Lots and lots of goodies in this collection. I'm super excited about it. And I think you're going to get a lot of use from these new sets. And again, you know, I will be having a class. I don't know when quite yet. I still have to finish filming a couple more videos and then kind of organize when it can be launched and all that stuff. But it's coming. But it couldn't hurt to have some of this stuff ahead of time just to play with for your stencil and journaling collections, because there's just so much stuff to play with in here that I think you're just going to love. So I will be back again in another few weeks to launch a couple more stencils. And I also have a whole bunch of other fun stuff coming too, but I'll let you know when that's coming. So lots and lots is coming. So I might just end up doing like a little something every week. We'll see. But I can't wait to keep sharing all the fun goodies with you. And if you want to keep in touch with when things are getting launched and all that stuff, just make sure you click the subscribe button, because then you'll get notifications and you'll find out before everybody else. All right, thanks guys.